Hey everybody, PyjamaPrime here, back for another Wrecker Marathon Day review. This is for, as requested by two people, I think, out of, I think, three or four, Pyro, or Spark, from the BotCon 2010 line. This guy has a bit of a warm spot in my Hardy thing, particularly related to TFCon, which is coming up in a few weeks. The reason for that is that I got this guy last year at TFCon. I purchased him from Mindy, or @RTony on Twitters. If you happen to be watching this, RTony, thanks. I appreciate it. Another thing about this guy that I actually don't like, well, it just reclaims bad memories of TFCon. I know, bad memories of TFCon, what? But the Saturday night, I went to hang out with my friends instead of going to the bar. Well, I stayed for the bar a little bit, but then I went to go hang out with my friends. For those of you who do know and don't know, Gary Chalk, who was a guest there, played a random set of music on an acoustic guitar. And me going to my friends made me miss it. Well, not only miss that, but also lose the copy of the TFCon lithograph that was being sold. There was like 20 or 40, and I got like I bought the last copy for, I think, $20, and through, I don't want to say I blame Clint. I don't blame you, buddy. It was me. I don't know. Shit just happened, and it's gone. Someone else has it, and that person is a bastard for stealing my lithograph. Anyway, so that's the reason I don't like Pyro. But there's nothing about the figure. It's just bad memories of that year. So anyway, Pyro, or Spark, is a redeco of of Universe 2.0 Inferno, and he is done up in G2 colors, G2E colors for again the Autobot Pyro, who I believe in the story, I never read it, but I believe was the leader of the Autobots on Earth while Optimus Prime went to Cybertron. People who have the comic, feel free to correct me. Anyway, so he's a fire truck. He rolls pretty well. The wheels go really well. This fire hose, it does spin all the way around. Kind of got to force it over a few bumps. It goes up about 45 degrees and then comes back down, and it shoots a missile. Warning, a fiery missile is about to be shot at you. Yay. So it's red-ish. Just turn this on. Keep forgetting to do that. Oh, that doesn't actually help much. That's right now. It's a red tip with a pink shaft. Anyway, there we are. So it's supposed to look like water, but it kind of looks like fire. The only fiction I know of is Last Stand of the Wreckers, where he joined the Wreckers with Guzzle and Rotor Storm and Iron Fist. I think that was it. Yeah. And according to the psychiatric logs by Rung in the biographies, he has like a hero complex, some kind of weird hero complex where he envisions himself dying like a Prime. I think they just made fun of the fact that his face looked like Optimus Prime, and he wants to die he has a big fantasy about dying in a blaze of glory. or something to that effect. And he does. He ends up fighting a horde of Decepticons, and he tries to hold them off while the remaining Wreckers try to escape. But he doesn't really do that well, if I remember correctly. No, he dies, obviously. So there's no more Pyro in the IDW universe. But yeah, he was great in the comic. I liked him. Not much else other than the BotCon comic, which this toy comes from. Yeah, so let's transform him. So let's see what I usually do. First, I like to try and at least unhook these doors. You can first you just kind of attach this from here and attach these doors from here. It takes a little bit of force, and I'm always scared, especially with Spark, because he's more expensive. There, that's it. His arm fell off, but luckily it can get back. It can go back on. Okay. Oops. So, freeing up the doors will free up the arms. So you free up these panels from the back here, and these you can rotate the shoulders to the front. Rotate them up, and then take these pieces that were the doors and put them back here. Again, put the shoulder back there, and rotate the gun 180 degrees. Then what you're going to do is take these flaps, rotate them 180 so that they lie flat on these panels, and then rotate that 180 degrees. There you go. So now you have the upper arms. And then you can also take the front bumper and put it down like that. Then what you're going to do is go up to the underside and take the wheels and rotate them 180 degrees, but they're on the insides, like so. And that makes room for the legs. You're just going to pull them down. Wait. Yeah, so you're going to pull them down so that the wheels are recessed in the bumper. Bring down the legs. Split the legs. Rotate them at the knee. And then bring the foot down. Rotate at the knee. Bring the foot down. Then, almost done, you're going to take this button, I believe, push it forward, and you get Pyro's head. And you're going to come back around here and take this panel and fold it up. And there you have Pyro in robot mode. Okay, so here's Pyro. I put a nice G1 Autobot symbol. I forgot that he has two G2 ones. I will probably cover those up at some point. I might not. I'm not sure. Posability is quite nice on this figure. You got a ball jointed head. Spins all the way around. Nice ratchet. Listen to that. Oh, it's stuck now. There we go. Oh, that's a sexy click, as many like to call it. So it ratchets all the way around. You got some outward movement, obviously forward movement. You got a bicep swivel, which can come off if you pull it hard enough. You've got a rotating wrist swivel. You've got no waist movement, but that's just part of the toy. and I want to show how the legs work by going around here. So it's not ball joints at all. It's just these cool, weird panel things, like these levers, so that those act as the outward movement. And there's not much there, but you don't really need much with them. So then you can go back and forward. There's a bend at the knee with a swivel just below the knee. Oh, and there is a swivel at the hip. And then there is some toe action. You can go a little bit forward, back, and there is a small tilt, as well as the toe movement, which is mainly for transformation. Or I guess if we wanted to get him in a running pose, I suppose. Looks-wise, he looks pretty good. I didn't read the book, but he looks fairly accurate, accurate to the Last Stand of the Wreckers Pyro, other than, like, they couldn't give him a new head, which is unfortunate, because he needed it. But they did as best they could, and I think they did, with what they had, they did a fairly good job of representing his face. It's still a clear, it's still a face there, there's no face plate, but they did the best they could, and I think they did a pretty good job. Had the club been given the budget to make a faceplate, I think this would have been a even better figure. So he's a great figure. If you're into BotCon figures, totally recommend getting this guy. You probably already have him if you are into going to BotCon and getting toys like this. If you like G2, get him, because he's very G2. If you like Wreckers, like I do, get him. He's essential for a Wreckers collection, since most Wreckers fans nowadays are fans of the group because of Last Stand of the Wreckers. He was in it. That's why I got him, and that's why he's awesome. Because he's so crazy. So that's about it right now. I'm sorry that this video is coming out extremely late according to my self-made schedule. Don't know if you can notice, but there was a shelf here, last video. It fell. Don't know if it's my fault. Well, it's partly my fault, partly the fact that I tried to put in the shelf multiple times in the same kind of general area. So I don't think it was as structurally, the integrity wasn't as great as I wanted, as it should have been. And all my figures from this shelf came falling down. And most of my day yesterday was devoted to cleaning my room so I could find a few bits that went missing. One bit still eludes me, so I'm going to hopefully get around to finishing my search. Worst case scenario, it's not even in this room, and it's somewhere either in another part of the house, like in the kitchen, or outside, because I did some outside shots for our Facebook group. That's the absolute worst case scenario, and it's under the deck. That would suck. Anyway, and then today I was working. I was doing a temp job, so I didn't really get a lot of time, and I was really tired, so I took a nap. And now, after watching TV, don't know if you noticed, but there has been a time difference between most of the review and the posability onward. So now this is getting up 2 days after the first review, and, well, a day, really, if you, whatever. Behind. I'm already behind on my marathon, so I apologize. I'm sure you really don't care, but I do. I'm horrible at keeping schedules and trying to motivate myself to do things on time. So, and this was supposed to be some kind of mechanism of change for me, and it's not working. So yeah, that's I will attempt to do better in the coming weeks, or in the coming days. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to, as soon as I finish editing this, I'm going to record another review and then go to bed. Then I'll be good. I think I'll be on track. So PyjamaPrime, that's me. This guy. This guy is BotCon 2010. I really want to say 2010. Yes, pretty sure. Spark or BotCon Inferno. Awesome dude from Wreckers. And I will talk at you later.